Gen Z is leaving social media. A UFC fighter sparks controversy, and a viral meme perfectly explains how we're all dealing with reality. We gonna get into it. Let's get it. Welcome. First of all, welcome. This is Unsolicited Perspectives. I am your host, Bruce Anthony, here to lead the conversation in important events and topics that are shaping today's society. Join the conversation and follow us wherever you get your audio podcasts. Subscribe to our YouTube channel for our video podcasts, YouTube exclusive content, and our YouTube membership. Rate, review, like, comment, share. Share with your friends, share with your family. Hell, even share with your enemies. On today's episode, it's a sibling happy hour. I'm here with my sis, Jay Andrea. Gen Z is leaving social media. Freedom 250 was a mess, and that viral saxophone sound. Y'all know what I'm talking about. But that's enough of the intro. Let's get to the show. What up, sis?
What up, brother?
I can't call it. This first segment, we are going to get into Gen Z and social media, but I kind of just want to dilly-dally a little bit because...
That's what we do.
Yeah, well, because we both had some events that happened recently, and...
I mean, it's better, an easier question is what hasn't happened?
Yo, I swear, if you don't have a normal day, then that's a rare day.
Yeah. It's always some catastrophe.
Mm-hmm. So what's the newest catastrophe?
Oh, you talking about my car getting wrecked, or what are you talking about, the ceiling falling or the roof?
No, we already talked about the ceiling falling. We talked about that, but the car getting wrecked, that's a new thing.
What about the sinkhole in my driveway?
We may have touched on that because that was like a month ago, the sinkhole in your driveway.
I mean, it's still there.
Did the sinkhole cause the car accident?
No. Okay. This is...
First of all, ladies and gentlemen, my sister is okay. Obviously, she's here. She's
fine.
Okay. But
my car overreacted. That's how I feel. I mean, I guess I would prefer it to overreact than underreact, but I hit something in the road that blew my back tire and all the side curtain airbags deployed. And I'm just like, this feels like an overreaction for a blown tire. Like, this feels like, why did these come out? None of the windows were...
From the windows to the walls was fine, but the airbags came out. Yeah.
The airbags came out. There was no impact to the car. I ran over a piece of concrete or debris or something that was in the road.
Mm-hmm.
Why? And this is literally the worst time for this to happen.
You got a lot going on right now. Did you run over a cylinder, bro?
No, it's like the manhole cover on like on the side of the street, it'll be that sewer and it'll have like the concrete top over it. It was destroyed basically, and like a bunch of debris was in the roadway and I didn't see it.
Mm.
And so, City of Atlanta, I'm sending these bills to y'all. So be on the lookout for that.
Well, my situation wasn't as bad as that. My situation is really, I'm more of an inconvenience than anything. So I hung out with my boy on Saturday. We got up, we watched the game. And I went all the way out to Gaithersburg, right? Which is not close to me. It's a trek.
Yeah.
And the bartenders, threw us a couple of drinks. And I was like, oh man, this is great. So, me being in the business, I'm going to tip big.
Yeah.
As a thank you.
Yeah.
So I'm checking my accounts and the credit card charge went through.
Mm-hmm.
The credit card charge went through for the bill. It didn't include the tip.
Yeah.
And I'm like, wait a minute, hold on. This is a problem because my boys go to this bar all the time. I can't be having these people that looked out for me knowing that I'm friends with their regulars thinking that I don't tip. And why didn't the tip go through?
No, so that can happen sometimes. It could come through as a second charge.
I asked him. I was like,
Yeah.
"Hey, did you have any issues?" He was like, "No." So I said,
Oh,
"Okay, do me a favor. Next time you go up there, let me know so I can Apple Pay you so that you can give them money on my behalf as a hey, I don't know what happened, but I want to make sure y'all get your money." He was and then him being the jerk that he is like, "I don't know, man. I might be barred from there knowing that now that they know I got a cheapskate friend." And I was like, "Hey man, come on." You know how I feel about these type of situations. Stop pushing my buttons. He was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna try, but I might be barred from the place for forever
y'all
since you."
pictures might be up. Do
They got
not
their
let
money.
them enter.
They got their money, but the tip did go through it. And this has actually never happened to me before. If it was a
Yeah.
place that I'd rarely go to or hardly ever go to, then I wouldn't even care. But it's a bad reflection on them, my friends who are regulars,
Yes.
that they brought me here, introduced me to everybody.
Yeah.
And
You
then
got free drinks.
I got some free drinks. And
Yeah.
then all of a sudden,
And
I
you
don't tip.
tipped $0.
Here's a crazy thing though. So I asked my boy when we got the bill, I was like, "Oh, this is a nice bill." I was like, "How much you gonna leave?" And he told me, and I said, "I'm gonna leave more." So I purposely left more.
Yeah.
I don't know what happened. So
I would check again because sometimes it'll run through the initial like credit card charge. And
Mhm.
because you're writing in your tip, like it's not till like the end of the night that maybe the charge will update with the
typically
tip.
when that happens, there is another like pending like
Yeah.
hold. There is no pending hold. Unless
Wow.
but then again, I probably didn't comb through as thoroughly as I should have. And it may have gone through and I just didn't see it, but I didn't as a second charge, but I just didn't see it. And I can't have that on my conscience because we was
No.
laughing and joking and keep keying.
Oh
I can't
yeah.
have people thinking I was gonna keep keying and didn't look out for them.
Yeah. No, you pretty much look like garbage.
I look like the worst. I look like the worst.
Yeah. Yeah. You should make sure them people get their money. I mean,
I am.
if you go in there again, you might not feel comfortable doing that with your picture on the wall. But if you go in there again, just go on the humble. Hey, I don't know what happened, y'all, but I'm gonna make sure y'all good tonight. And then it happened again.
Right. Now I'm gonna go in there with cash next time. Be like, "Look, hey, here, right here, just for y'all. I want y'all to have this."
Count it right now in front of me.
That's so embarrassing. It's so embarrassing. I was reading something. I can't remember where I saw it. And that's, as somebody who's a researcher, I tried to find the original article. I couldn't. I read it and retained the information, basically. Yeah. But I read something that Gen Z is starting to shift away from social media.
Okay.
It's a shift. It isn't quitting. They're moving more to like Discord and group chats and close friends and locked accounts, things like that. Yeah. Real life, like a move towards private entities. Yeah. And the reason why they say that is because Instagram has become more of a personal brand platform. And they got tired for performing for strangers. Another thing was like influencer burnout is real. Years of watching creators sell, garbage. They lost trust in the ecosystem. And another reason why they're starting to pull away is some of the same reasons why our generation has pulled away from Facebook. Yeah. It's because older generations have finally cracked the code on Instagram and young people just basically bounce, So us as older millennials or zillennials or whatever the hell are called, and Gen X, who are actively using Instagram. And we've got a couple of people that are close to us that are Gen X that are in our family that are only like single digit years ahead of us. Yeah. That are using Instagram and then posting like AI pictures. And that's cool. However, young folks think that's lame. That's cool for us. But young folks is like, That's kind of lame. I got to get up off of here. And it's kind of like, I'm about to throw mom under the bus. You know, I used to come up with like fake slang words back in the day, like chillax
Yeah.
and scrape. Scrape, ladies and gentlemen, is when you straight and great, not straight as in
I
sexuality.
don't
Like
know that you came up with those. I
I
feel like chillax was definitely in the ecosystem.
chillax might have been. Scrape definitely was not.
Mm,
No, scrape definitely was not. Scrape
I
is
smell it.
scrape is it's an answer to a question. Somebody asks, "Hey, how you doing?" "Oh, I'm straight."
Yeah.
But you better than just straight. You straight and great. So you scraped.
Okay.
Yeah, and then mom started
Sure.
using that. And I was like,
Yeah.
"Oh no, I can't. I can't.
Yeah. I
I can't do
mean,
that no
I
more."
think it is twofold. One, the culture just got so, or it is right now, like so thick with like everybody is an influencer, everyone has a podcast. Wink wink.
Wait,
And there's so many just voices out there that it can, like, even I have kind of backed away from social media. I haven't been on TikTok since 2024, and
Has it been that long? Oh, since the election. Yeah,
since the
you're right.
election. Yeah. So I haven't been on TikTok. I'm very rarely on Instagram, and Facebook, forget about it. I don't even have the app. Like, like,
I ain't been on
forget about it.
Facebook in so long.
I honestly haven't been on Facebook since you needed a college email to join.
Oh no, I've been on there since then. I got
Yeah.
off of Facebook in like 2010, 2011.
It's just become just a really, really crappy app. Like, it just has. And I think it's that. I think it's just kind of like a little bit of like exhaustion with the current social media culture. And I also think, yeah, we made it not cool. You know, we're old, we're middle-aged, and we made it not cool. And, you know, that's okay. Then just go. And we'll just be lame together. And we just gonna move on to the next, whatever y'all are doing next. We right behind you. Like, I'm so sorry, but that is how it is. When you get old, you can't let young people just have something. You gotta, once we figure out how to use it, it takes us a while to get on, right? Because we gotta figure out how to use it first. And then once we figure out how to use it, we're gonna be right there behind you. I don't understand Discord. I have one. I don't know what it is.
The show has one. It's basically a text messaging system. Like I am, or kind of similar to AIM, or just your text message thread on iMessage. It's
Okay.
essentially the same thing.
Yeah, I don't know what it is. I do have one, but I don't.
The show has one. Never
Yeah.
used it. Just like the
Yeah.
show was supposed to start streaming. And ladies and gentlemen, I know it's not that difficult. I just haven't had time to really figure it out and lock in. It's going to happen. It's going to happen.
Yeah, we're gonna figure it out, and then guess what? I'm gonna be on there.
There you go. I also think it's interesting, and I'm going to touch into this as, ladies and gentlemen, if y'all haven't figured out, at the end of the show, I do a closing moments, minutes, or whatever at the end of each segment. I don't know. It's my little way of getting my little writer's hat. You know, I like to sit down and write, and I get an enjoyment out of that. And I have a point I need to make. And sometimes when I'm free balling, when I'm freelancing my speech, my thoughts are scattered. When I sit down and write, there I can get to the point. So I'll touch more on this later. But something needs to be said for the fact that they've grown up all their lives on the internet. Like Gen Z is that first generation that grew up with social media. If you are a 25, 26-year-old kid, by the time you got your cell phone, Instagram was a thing.
Yeah.
So you were on Instagram.
Yeah.
So I think that a lot of this has to do with, yes, you know, we made it not cool, but also I'm gonna touch on this later, is a sense of finding yourself, because it's
Mm.
hard to grow up performing, which is essentially what you're doing on social media, right?
Yeah.
Performing all the time and not really knowing who you are.
Yeah.
And sometimes a reduction of choice makes life easier. I feel like even though I love the access to whatever movie and TV show that I want,
Yeah.
narrowing down that choice is one of the hardest things in the world.
It's a Cheesecake Factory menu.
Look, don't get me started on that Cheesecake Factory menu. I'll be staring at that menu, and you know what I end up getting anyway?
The same thing you always get.
Which is what?
I don't know, but I know mine is a shepherd's pie.
Chicken tenders. The shepherd's pie is a good idea.
Because you're a chicken finger eating bitch. Goddamn chicken tenders.
I'll never forget what my bestie said there. Why you put me in a chicken finger eating bitch?
Well, friends like these.
You're right. Who needs enemies? But when you have so much choice, it's hard to choose.
Yeah.
And so going back, making your life minimalist, right? Like that's what I'm trying to do in my place right now. I'm like, I got a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
I need to just go into these closets and make things simpler.
Yeah.
And I think that's what these kids are doing. The kids, they're not kids. Y'all are kids to me, but y'all are not kids. Y'all are literally grown adults. And I think that's what they're trying to do, is just try, minimize the distractions and really hone in and discover who they are as a person. And that will require you to kind of move away from these social media sites.
Yeah, I think in order to discover yourself, you cannot do that online. Like, you can't do it online, because even then your authenticity is a performance. And so I think you got to disconnect and like get outside and touch grass, which feels like a very like archaic thing to say, but it also works. It's like when your parent goes to tell you, just go up to the kids at school, say, hi, my name is Johnny, you want to be my friend? And, you think like this is the stupidest advice. No. But then it works actually. So like,
Sometimes.
Yeah, sometimes. It depends on which kids and honestly, have a little self-awareness. Like, don't go up to the class bully and extend an olive branch of friendship. No, they are compensating for probably some hurt at some point, but they're not ready to face that at 8 years old.
No.
They're going to just beat your ass. But like, yeah, you have to log off. And I think that we were very fortunate because we didn't grow up on social media.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we actually grew up outside and with our peers. We didn't have to deal with a pandemic that ruined high school for us,
right.
We didn't have to deal with the amount of performance that is involved in being on social media. Even when you're trying to get on and make a video or a reel or something with your authentic feelings, it still feels like you're performing for people, because you are. When you sit up and record yourself, even in a moment of vulnerability or authenticity, it's still a performance. And so I really feel for that generation, for sure, because they did not have it easy. And it's easy in a way that they have access to everything, like everything is at their fingertips, but not human connection. You know what I mean? Like real authentic connection to other people. Like, that's not something that is as accessible to them.
Yeah. On the surface, this is about Gen Z leaving Instagram. But I don't think that's what's actually happening. They're not quitting social media. They're quitting the audience. For years, social media sold us this idea that connection meant visibility. The more people who saw you, liked you, followed you, shared you, the more connected you were supposed to feel. But somewhere along the way, we confused being seen with being known. And those aren't the same thing. Because here's the uncomfortable part people don't want to talk about. Most social media was never designed to be social. It was designed to be performative. Think about it. Instagram isn't asking you who you are. It's asking you what to be perceived as. TikTok isn't rewarding authenticity. It's rewarding engagement. Every platform eventually becomes a stage because attention is the currency. And once attention becomes currency, people stop being people and start becoming brands, even people who never intended to become one. That's why I understand why younger generations are moving into private spaces, whether it be group chats, Discord servers, close friends list, locked accounts, not because they're antisocial, but because they're searching for something that feels real. Now, to play devil's advocate, let's not pretend private spaces automatically solve the problem. A private Discord can still be performative. A group chat can still become an echo chamber. You're still curating yourself. The audience is just smaller. But maybe that's the point. Maybe human beings were never meant to maintain relationships with thousands of people at once. Maybe the internet convinced us bigger was better when what we really wanted was deeper. And there's another piece of this that the older generations sometimes miss. Gen Z is the first generation that grew up with social media watching them their entire lives. When I was growing up, if something embarrassing happened at school, if you got rejected, got clowned, had a bad day, or went through something traumatic, eventually you got to go home. You got a break. The problem was still waiting for you tomorrow, but for the few hours, you could breathe. You could be away from it all. Gen Z never really got that luxury. The joke followed them home. The bully followed them home. The rumors followed them home. Sometimes there was video evidence that followed them home. Even awkward phrases, every bad haircut, every dumb decision, every mistake could live online forever. Imagine trying to figure out who you are while consistently being observed. Imagine trying to discover what you actually like when you're always thinking about what other people will think about it. We love to criticize Gen Z for struggling to make decisions or commit to a path. But you've spent your whole life performing for an audience or hiding parts of yourself from that audience. Would it be harder to know what you actually want? Maybe what we're seeing isn't indecisiveness. Maybe it's a generation trying to separate who they really are from who they've been expected to be. So the question isn't whether Gen Z is leaving social media. The question is whether they're rediscovering what being social was supposed to mean in the first place. Because if the future belongs to a smaller room and fewer voices, maybe that's not a retreat. Maybe that's a correction. Maybe for the first time in their lives, they're trying to figure out who they are without an audience watching. And honestly, I don't know if it's running away from social media. It just sounds a lot more like growing up. All right, Jay, I was deciding whether we were going to talk about this at all or not. And finally, I came to the conclusion that there are some people that are going to be expecting the show on Friday when this airs and to hear our perspectives on it. It won't be unsolicited. It's actually solicited. And it's not because we're this big, but there are fans that reach out to us and be like, hey, are you guys going to talk about this? Sometimes I want to talk about it. Sometimes I don't. The Carmelo Anthony situation in Texas, I don't really want to talk about it. I might not have no choice. I might have to talk about it. But I really don't want to. And this one I really didn't want to talk about either. But
same. Yeah.
It's kind of important. And there was a point that I wanted to make.
Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, what am I talking about? Well, they did the Freedom UFC 250 whatever fight on the front lawn of the White House.
Because
the front lawn
because of
the
course.
White House. Because what?
Because of course.
The front lawn.
This is how trashy this country has become.
I mean, all they needed was some pickup trucks out there, broke down pickup trucks that was rusted. They had everything else. It was the trashiest display. But in that trashy display, a fighter, and I was debating whether or not I was going to say his name. I'm not going to give him the publicity. Publicity. It was going to get that word out eventually.
But we're talking about Jackass Hobich.
That's a name that we could call him. Okay. UFC fighter basically said, and lastly, Michelle Obama is a man. Am I right, America? Now, every black person on social media has come out and been like, yo, this is really how we moving?
Yeah, we're tired.
Like, this is really how we move?
Old, and it's so, like, lame. And first of all, being trans is not an insult. So you already, like, lost with and then we're over the misogynoir, we're over the transphobia. Like, who are you performing this for? Who is this insult for? Because you know the Obamas are like, child, please. I'm sure they've heard about it by now, but like, they have been through much worse. Your little quip about our forever first lady, like, please, it's not bothering her whatsoever, and you're probably never going to hear her even address it. But that's okay, because she can go high, I will go to hell, and I will address it. And now, I'm not one for physical violence, but this person's job is physical violence.
Right, yes.
So I wouldn't feel bad entering the octagon and just with a bunch of weapons, chairs.
Might not help. This dude is
chains.
the heavyweight. He's a UFC heavyweight. He knocked out a dude that night. Like, my man can fight. He got hands. I will bring in an 87 Chevelle and just hit him with it. I will bring weapons into that octagon. Well, okay. I don't. Let's be careful.
All right. But keep on. Keep on.
What you mean, keep on?
Keep on. For all of y'all, like, keep on. Because we hitting our limit. We hitting our limit. And we've been trying to stay out y'all business while y'all go ahead and destroy the country. We've been trying to stay out your business and let y'all go ahead, and because the Black Vanguard that's been saving this country, i.e. Black women, we're exhausted. And so we just going to let y'all FAFO, right? We're going to let y'all FAFO. And so, but it's getting up there. It's getting up there. Don't talk about our forever first lady.
Well, this, to me, this was a pattern. And this is what I mean by this. It's not a slip. This was a rehearsed bit. He won the 2025 Contender Series, and in his victory speech, he called out sex traffickers, pedophiles, rapists, and transgenders. Once again, sex traffickers, pedophiles, and rapists, cool. Call them out. Transgenders, not in the same category.
What are you even talking about?
Right. And he called them out as opponents that he wanted to fight.
Yeah.
He's run the same line in earlier broadcasts with Brittany Griner. Brittany Griner, of course, a WNBA star. It's called her a man as well. He kind of always targets Black women specifically. This isn't a coincidence. And this smear that he's labeled on Miss Madam Michelle Obama,
forever first lady, forever,
is 17 years old. Right?
Yeah.
This is nothing new. This is not a new thing. It's not clever at all.
No.
What bothered me was Dana White knew this was bound to happen. Because before the event, he was asked directly if he briefed fighters on what to say, given the fact that it was on the White House grounds and it was supposed to be all that stuff, right?
Yeah, they definitely should have gone through some sort of media training, some sort of, because just for the location to like have a little bit of class given the location.
They did not.
Yeah. No, of
And, but
course.
Dana White is like now like putting words in people's mouths or like holding off their what they can and cannot say. But he also said that when they asked him when they put this dude on the card, he's like, yeah, he's had some bad things to say that I'm almost guaranteeing you that he's going to say some bad things. He predicted, he knew something like this was going to happen because he said things like this before
Yeah, it's
and he
his
took no
MO.
accountability.
It's his MO. Yeah.
And then Joe Rogan, who every now and then he'll attack the president. I'm like, maybe he's coming on to the light side. Maybe he's starting to see,
No.
but no, because he's sitting there interviewing him and he's the voice of UFC. And he just said at the end, ladies and gentlemen, in the guy's name. He didn't say, hey, that's not cool. No, nothing, no pushback.
No.
The announcers didn't push back. UFC was handling the broadcast. They didn't edit out because it's still on a
Yeah.
delay. They didn't
Yeah.
edit out anything.
Could have.
So,
Definitely could have.
and it was the fact that it was on the White House lawn, right?
Yeah.
Like this wasn't in Vegas. This wasn't in the Octagon Arena in Las Vegas. This was in the people's house because that's what the White House is. It's not Donald Trump's house.
Her house.
Exactly. And the White House hasn't come out to condemn it. They've said
Nope.
nothing.
No, because they believe I feel like this is not new for Trump. He's posted memes
Yeah, this is true.
of her. These horrible caricatures. He agrees.
Yeah. Well, he did take off. The dude gave him a chain after he won. And after he said that, Trump did take off the chain. I don't know why
he was gonna take off that chain.
He was, because it was probably fake gold or faker gold he's used to.
Yeah. He was gonna take it off.
But it's just I wanted to watch Fox News a little bit just to see how they were going to come up with a way to spin this and make it
They
not
don't need to. They don't need to. They'll just won't address it.
No, they addressed it. And
Okay.
they did it as they normally would. What about the things that people say about Melania? I was like, last I checked.
You mean the truth?
Well, I don't know. Some people have said some harsh things about her, and I don't.
But it's backed up with she is in the Epstein files. Like, we're not making that up.
People have said, some other untoward things, and I'm like, I don't know if she's those things. Like, I'm not rocking with that. But how does one equal one, right? How do you say? How can you not condemn one thing because you said somebody else who isn't the president, right? The Obamas have never said anything about the Trumps, except for and let me tell you something. Barack got plenty of ammo that he could level.
For sure. I mean, we saw that at that White House Correspondents' Dinner, which was the whole reason Trump ran for president, because he got clowned, 15 years ago, and he ain't let it go.
If Obama had one mistake in his presidency, that was it. Because it brought us here.
Yeah.
It brought us here. When he wasn't at all, he saw Donald get tight, he should have been like, all right, let me let up. But I guess nobody thought that he was really going to be president.
No, nobody thought the American people were that dumb.
Yeah, well, they're getting dumber.
You would be wrong. They're quite dumb.
It's tired. And I'm tired.
It's so
always
boring.
Got a lot of smoke for black women.
And it's always black women. And the reason is obvious. Not only are we at the top of, folks that matriculate through higher education, number one, new entrepreneurs. We are rising through the corporate ladder, private, public sector. And in terms of the Democratic Party, we are the most consistent and most solid voting bloc for the Democratic Party. And has not been swayed. Like, from being the most, that's where the word consistent comes in, Jonna, the most solid voting bloc for the Democratic Party. And a lot of times we make up the vote that puts people over the top. And so they really want to attack us, but that's also old as hell. Like, honestly, they've been attacking Black women since we were brought to these shores, uh, stolen and brought to these shores, whether they want to characterize us as a mammy or a Jezebel, or whether they deny us our femininity, our womanhood, our humanity, our rights. We're the last to get anything and have to work the hardest to get anything. So, but we still continue to thrive and grow. And it is probably the most infuriating thing to a white supremacist. Because we're supposed to be under everybody's heel. We're supposed to be under everyone's foot. White men, Black men, white women, we're supposed to be at the bottom of that totem pole, and we keep scratching and clawing our way up toward the top. And they can't figure out a way to slow us down. And they've branded us as everything. We've been welfare queens. We've been this. We've been that. Like, they've branded us with every kind of, we're just baby mamas and this, that, and the third. And sure, okay. And we're not listening. We don't care. We're going to continue to hype ourselves up the way we've been doing. And we're going to continue to grow and thrive in spaces that we are constantly told we don't belong in. That's never going to change, but it is, honestly, in my mind, this is just my opinion, the biggest threat to white supremacy and patriarchy is the Black woman.
I want to ask you a question, being a Black woman. I mean, you 17 shades of super light skin, but you are, in fact, absolutely a Black woman.
Yes, I have lived the life, for sure, of a Black woman.
Barely, but just enough. Honestly, when you saw this clip, heard about this clip, what was going on in your mind? Obviously, it's all those other things that you said. You were like, whatever, again. But a part of you also has to be furious as well.
Yeah, for sure. And, not too long ago, Michelle Obama actually clarified her "when they go low, we go high." Mm-hmm. And what she meant by that is not like that we push our rage to the side, is that we channel it into something productive. Mm-hmm. And so when we keep that mentality, we are always going to be a threat. So my initial thought was, yeah, I'm outraged by actually my initial thought was, so boring. Like, that was my initial thought. And then it was just outrage on behalf of Michelle Obama. Because it's like what Key and Peele, the Obama anger translator, right?
Right. Yeah.
I don't mind being that anger translator, but then it's also like, okay, well, what are we going to do with this? Mm-hmm. What is something productive that we can do about this other than expressing our disgust with the treatment of Black women and trans folks in this country? Yeah. So somebody's going to start some initiative. There's going to be something's going to pop out somewhere. Don't worry if several aren't already started. A way that we can reach out to different communities and highlight the beauty of different communities and show that Black women are not a monolith, and that our strength and resilience isn't masculinity. It is the highest form of our femininity on display.
That's well said. For me, on the surface, the story is about one fighter saying something offensive after a knockout. But that's not really what happened. Because if this were just about this fighter we'd spend 30 seconds condemning the comment and move on. Instead, what makes this story important is everything that happened before the comment and everything that happened after it. Here's the uncomfortable part people don't want to talk about. The most revealing thing wasn't what this guy said. It was how many people with power chose not to respond. Dana White told us beforehand that something like this was likely to happen. Joe Rogan had the microphone after it happened. The president of the United States was standing just a few feet away. The UFC production truck controlled the broadcast. Every one of these people had an opportunity to define the moment. And almost nobody did.
Mm-hmm.
That's why silence matters. People love to say silence is neutral. It isn't. Silence is often interpreted as permission. Now, that doesn't mean every offensive statement deserves a national crisis. But context matters. Venue matters. Symbolism matters. This wasn't some random microphone in a casino ballroom. This was on the south lawn of the White House, the People's House, one of the most recognizable symbols of American democracy. And on that stage, a decades-old conspiracy theory targeting a Black woman was repeated for applause. And that's another uncomfortable truth. The attack wasn't really about Michelle Obama. It never is. The same accusations have been thrown at Serena Williams, at Brittany Griner, at powerful Black women for as long as many of us can remember. The goal isn't accuracy. The goal is dehumanization. And if we're being honest, this isn't just about Michelle Obama. This has always been a particular hostility directed toward strong women. But when that woman is Black, the volume seems to get turned all the way up. I always find myself asking the same question. Why? Because when you look at women like Michelle, Serena, and countless other successful Black women in business, politics, education, and entertainment, what exactly are they doing to deserve this level of venom? They're not attacking people. They're not organizing campaigns against anybody. Most of the time, they're simply existing, succeeding, and refusing to shrink themselves to make other people comfortable. And that's where the real issue starts. For generation, patriarchy and toxic masculinity sold certain men the idea that they were supposed to be superior simply because they were men. But reality has a way of testing our assumptions. And some people discover that strength isn't what they thought it was. Leadership isn't what they thought it was. Excellence isn't what they thought it was. So instead of questioning the belief, they attack the person exposing it. Now let's be clear. This isn't a problem for strong Black women, except when that hostility turns into discrimination, exclusion, or actual harm. The real crisis belongs to the people carrying all that resentment. Because imagine spending your life angry at somebody else's success. Imagine spending your life threatened by somebody else's confidence. That's not power. That's insecurity. And yes, there are women who help reinforce these ideas too. But at its core, this is about people who see strong Black women standing confidently in their own skin and feel diminished by it. Michelle Obama is going to be all right. Because people who know who they are don't lose sleep over conspiracy theories. People who know who they are don't spend their days trying to tear down strangers they've never met. And when all you can do is try to make a giant look smaller, what you're really telling the world is how small you feel yourself. Because in our heart, Michelle Obama knows exactly what this is. It's just a little man trying to make themselves feel bigger, but making themselves even smaller. Jay, there's an interesting social media trend that's going out. And Gen Z is still a part of this trend. So they're still, they're still on social media.
Yeah.
Now, I bet they don't know where it's from. And it's the saxophone sound getting
Yes.
louder, which
Hmm.
originates from Boys in the Hood when Ricky
Yes.
was going down the alley. Why he stopped to take a pee, I don't know. Why was he drinking milk on a hot summer day? I don't know.
It was a
Scratching off
lot
that
of
lottery ticket when they was literally running away from people that was about to shoot them.
a
And you
lot
hear
of
the saxophone,
questionable things.
a
Yeah.
lot of questionable things. And you hear the saxophone low, and it gets louder and louder and louder before Ricky gets unalived in the alley. So
Yeah.
now the trend is, which is one, I have mixed feelings about it because that particular scene broke a whole generation's heart.
Not mine, because Ricky, what was you doing, baby?
No, Ricky had got the SAT scores. He was about to go to college. He was about to do it.
So there's somebody out there after you. You know what you did
But he
with
didn't
this
take it
girl.
seriously. He was like, them fools just trying to scare somebody. That's what he said. Anyway, so people are doing these reels where it's something not quite similar, but something bad is about to happen, and they're playing the saxophone. And I was like, you know what? I just want to do this on the show where we've had situations personally where the saxophone sound should have been playing in the background.
Yeah.
As we were doing it because something bad was going to happen. For you, recently, it would have been driving in the road when you hit that big cinder block.
Yeah.
But I have a couple of ideas that I want to bring up. But before we get to my ideas, is there anything that hits your mind outside of you hitting the cinder block where you know that saxophone was playing as you was doing something?
Yeah, it's a lot of times when I go out and the bill comes. And I'm checking my accounts, and it's like that saxophone getting louder. And I'm sweating harder and harder until I find a card that'll cover what the hell I spent.
You probably should figure that out before you go out. But
Yeah,
okay,
probably.
that's one. Can you think of anything else?
No, I can't. Oh, it's usually something around having the dogs. Usually something. I would say whenever Roscoe gets the zoomies, he work out that number 2. Like it works its way down.
Oh, okay.
And so as he's running back and forth, I just hear them saxophones getting louder and louder. Don't you go in this house because you done worked something down. So usually something like that.
I have 2 stories from our past.
Okay.
For this, the saxophone was definitely playing. But for me personally, the saxophone is always playing every time I meet a woman. Every single time. It's about to be a train wreck. Something bad is about to happen to me in my personal life. Because of the choices I make is always bad. I'm Ricky, thinking that it's no big deal drinking milk on a summer day every time I meet a woman. Every single time.
Yep.
Red flags up or down. Just ignore them. You be telling me, hey, I don't know about this one, Bruce. And I'd be like, nah, this is going to be all right.
Just refuse to listen. That's when the saxophones start. When you say the words, no, this is going to be all right.
Yeah.
That's when they start to play in the background. And I'm like, all right.
Yep. All right. I want to get to 2 particular stories.
Okay.
One I was there for. One we've never really told. We've alluded to on this show, but we've never told the whole story. And the saxophone was playing the time that you and our brother left the house to ride your bikes. And you rode down this street, and y'all decided
Dead Man's Curve.
To ride Dead Man's Curve. And the saxophone was playing as soon as y'all got on your bikes. Please tell the story about what happened. You and our brother have argued back and forth about whose fault it actually was.
No, there's no argument. I don't think there's any argument whatsoever. So Dead Man's Curve was a very tight curve at the end of our street. It almost like was not level, like with the ground. It like the concrete almost was like at like a 45-degree angle going around this curve. It was very sharp. I don't know where we were headed, but we needed to go around this curve to get there. And I said very clearly, stay on your side of the street. We were on opposite side. We weren't riding side by side or together. I said, stay on your side of the street because this curve is a monster, okay? And we had 10 speeds. Like, we were not on the little tricycles, okay? So stay on your side of the road. And as we're going around, as we're taking the turn, I'm on the outside, he's on the inside of the lane. He crosses over, trying to be funny. My front tire makes contact with his rear tire. He goes off into the grass. I slide down the street on my face. Yes. And you can hear me crying from a quarter mile away. And y'all like to say that it just gets louder and louder, the sound of me crying as I get closer to the house.
Let me take over from here. Ladies and gentlemen, when we were at the house, me, our father, and our mother at the house, all we heard coming up the road was this. That's all we heard.
Right. You understand. I took that whole turn on my face. He fell off into the ground. I think barely skinned his knee.
No,
like,
he had some bruises too. He was jacked up, but not nearly as bad as you.
No, my entire lower jaw was swollen like 3 times the size. And I had to go to school like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I had to go to school like that. And no, I'm not over it. Yes, them saxophones got louder because I don't know why I trusted that he would stay on his side of the street.
Here's the thing, though. Y'all shouldn't have been on one side or the other. Y'all should have been trailing each other because the cars would be coming in the other direction.
Yes.
And they couldn't see when you make that turn.
That's why I'm on the outside. I can see the cars coming. I tried to take the role of responsibility for this. I gave very clear instructions. Now, if we were trailing each other, that's when I get brake checked. And guess what? The same thing was going to happen.
Hold on. So I don't think I remember hearing this part. Or maybe when our brother tells the story, he leaves out this part. He was playing around on Dead Man's Curve.
Swerving his bike.
Probably doing this.
Yeah, swerving his bike all across the street, and our wheels made contact, and we go flying.
Just a kick-in the whole time until y'all go flying.
Yeah.
Yeah, that definitely was. I don't know why y'all even thought to ride your bikes down.
We had
this has
to
been
go
my thing.
Somewhere we had to go around this curve.
There was no reason for y'all to go down. I never went down that road.
We had to do something. I don't know what it was, but I was like, look, we got to take this curve. We stopped the bikes at the start of the curve, and I gave very clear instructions on how we were going to handle this. And they were not just ignored, willfully disobeyed.
While y'all were walking back and y'all were crying, were you cussing him out?
I was crying.
No, he was crying too. He was crying
because he probably knew he was going to get in trouble for not listening to what I said.
Y'all both should have been in trouble for riding your bikes on Dead Man's Curve. I could have sworn.
It would have been fine.
No, I could have sworn that our parents said, don't go down that road.
No, I don't even think they knew the curve existed.
No, they did know the curve existed because it was down the street.
Nobody needed to go all the way down our street for what?
That curve led to another road. Anyway,
yeah.
Did our brother say anything to you as y'all were walking to the house?
I don't remember.
Did you say anything to him?
I couldn't hear over my tears. You have to understand, when I say I skidded down the street on my face, my little body was still in the air. And
Yeah.
I'm just sliding down the street, sparks flying,
Sparks went flying. Come on.
everything on my face.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what was said. I don't know who said it or when. Did I probably say something? Maybe. I don't know. I don't remember. I just remember a horrible pain. I remember them saxophones. and I remember just crying and being like, I just gotta go home.
All right. Well, I didn't hear the saxophones, but you did for this next one.
Mm-hmm.
I'm on my way to school. I'm running late. And our parents tell me to drop you off at school on my way to school.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It is cold outside. The windows are frosted. I'm running late. I think it was a game day. So if I'm late to school, I don't get to start.
Yeah.
So I'm rushing. I don't wait for the car windshield to defrost. I could just see a little bit out of my side.
And let me tell y'all, when I say the circumference of this little bit of window he could see out of was not, it was just a little peep through the window. Whole window was covered with ice.
It was the size of my head, okay? It was the size of my head that I could see through. But I could see.
You could see literally at tunnel vision because you couldn't see nothing out your peripherals.
Nothing. But I'm running late. The saxophones are playing. I don't hear them. You hear them. Because you're like, I don't know about this, Bruce. And I'm like, I got to get you to school. I'm running late. So we turn the corner to come out of our complex.
And again, no peripheral vision.
None. And then there's a loud crash. I believe you jumped out of the car and ran home.
I don't remember. Probably.
Yeah, yes. I believe because the crash happened on your side. And what did I crash into, ladies and gentlemen? A parked car that I didn't see while turning this corner. And it wasn't a small crash because almost the entire headlight of the passenger side was completely destroyed.
Yeah.
Car dented in the entire thing.
Yep.
I think the tire even went flat.
Yep.
I crashed into this thing hard.
Real good. And one thing about me and auto accidents, I'm going to jump up out that car. I don't know why that's my first instinct. But my first instinct is to go ahead and jump up out that car. Like, I don't know why. I don't know if I'm afraid of getting trapped in the car, what it is. But I'm like, I'm out. Like, that's...
I remember you jumped out the car crying and ran home.
Yep.
I jumped out the car like, oh, shit. What did I just hit? It was another car. And I was like, I'm going to be in trouble for this one because it's pretty clear that I didn't let it defrost. And them saxophones was playing. As soon as I decided to say, this is good enough. And they just got louder. But I made it a good amount of distance.
Yeah.
Before getting into that accident.
No, you didn't. We were still in our neighborhood.
I didn't. You know what? In retrospect, thank God that happened there and not on the main
neighborhood
road.
And not because we were headed for the main road.
Yes, we were literally probably about 40 feet away from the intersection.
Yes.
And then from that intersection, highway. It's highway. And not being able to see, that could have been really bad. But them saxophones was playing the entire time.
Yeah. Luckily, it was a parked car, not a person.
Oh, God.
Like, it was a lot of ways in which that could have gone wrong. And I was sitting there, I was like, I know I can't see. So if I can't see, I know he can't see.
That's not the saxophone sound. I don't
know how to do a saxophone.
Well, not even the saxophone sound. That isn't even the tone of that.
I don't know.
That's okay.
I don't know
Whatever.
how to do. What is it?
Ladies and gentlemen,
I don't know.
Ladies and gentlemen, I was 17 years old.
Mm-hmm.
I was 17 years old. And you know what? What really? I blame you.
Okay. Yeah.
Because
no, you're at fault for that 100%.
Well, I blame you because I had to drive you to school. And the only reason why I would have needed to drive you to school is if you missed the bus.
I was on the way.
No, actually,
yeah,
you
my
weren't
school
on
was
the
on
way.
the way. Nope, school was on the way.
Kind of, sort of, but not really. I had to turn off the main road.
You have to pass the entrance, like the road leading to my school.
I had to pass the road leading to your school, but just down that road.
You didn't get up when you should have got up and got ready so that you could make sure that you was to school on time when you knew it was a game day. That's your own fault.
Yeah.
Don't try to put this on me. I was 12 years old.
No, you were 13.
Whatever.
You was a teenager.
The point is, I was in middle school. Okay? I'm not responsible. I'm a kid.
No, you know who I blame? Me, but also mom and dad.
No. 100% you. Again. I'm going to need you to take some accountability for this. The whole windshield was frosted over. The windows. You couldn't see out the side mirror.
I tried everything to defrost the windows. I tried everything to defrost the windows before we took off.
Except waiting.
Waiting would have been another 15 minutes. They were frosted.
And did you get to school on time?
No, I didn't get to school on time.
Exactly.
And you know what?
Should have just waited.
And you know what? Still started.
Right.
Still started. Didn't change
Zero
nothing.
Consequences.
Zero consequences.
Zero consequences. Except for our parents' insurance premium going through the roof. Aside from those consequences. Yes.
I had a moment recently where the saxophones were playing.
Same.
I decided that I was going to do this particular exercise in the gym. And I should have known that I was going to hurt myself.
Yeah.
But I had this unreal expectation of myself because I work out all the time, but not realizing how old I am now because I'm old now. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Officially, I'm old.
Yeah.
Hurt myself. And the saxophone was playing the entire time. Oh, I could still do this. No, I couldn't.
A lot of it is, I'm going to be honest, it's hubris. Because it was a couple birthdays ago, maybe my 39th birthday, I don't know. But a good friend made me some cannabis cookies.
Uh-huh.
And
I heard this story.
No measurements, just bacon. We don't know what the potency of any of this, no idea. And I ate the entire cookie because it was a strawberry cookie with white chocolate chips. It was delicious.
Yes.
It was absolutely delicious. And it just kept escalating. And them saxophones got louder and louder and louder until it was all I could hear. And And I don't know if anybody has ever had an instance where they want to come down and they can't. But that was one of those times where it's like, no, I don't want to be this way anymore. I would to no longer be in this state of mind, please.
There is no way to come down from an edible. I remember accusing my boy that gave me an edible, saying that, yo, man, I think this is laced with heroin, because there ain't no way in the world. I laid in the bed and saw my soul leave my body.
Yeah.
And I said, this can't be. I was laying in the bed and it felt like the bed was sinking and trying to swallow me. And I said, I can't do nothing. And my ex at the time was like, why don't you just go to bed? Because the bed is going to eat me. Yeah. And I can't go to bed.
You don't understand what I'm going through right now.
And my boy was like, it's not even really that serious. You just a lightweight. But the next day he took the same edible and he was playing soccer with my dog without a ball.
Yeah.
And I said, hey, man, are you playing soccer with my dog without a ball? And
Yeah,
he's
he
like,
was.
oh, yeah, this was a lot stronger than I thought it was. Like,
Yeah. You
yeah.
got to be careful. You got to be careful.
Jay, what do you want to tell these people before we get out of here?
Hey, stop ignoring them saxophones. Y'all hear it. Y'all hear it. Y'all hear them saxophones when you make decisions or you're about to make a decision that you ain't got no business making. Listen to them saxophones and don't do it. Also, leave Black women alone. We truly are not bothering anybody.
Not bothering a soul. And on that note, ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank you for listening. I want to thank you for watching. And until next time, as always, I'll holla. Woo! That was a hell of a show. Thank you for rocking with us here on Unsolicited Perspectives with Bruce Anthony. Now, before you go, don't forget to follow, subscribe, like, comment, and share our podcast wherever you're listening or watching it to it. Pass it along to your friends. If you enjoy it, that means the people that you rock will enjoy it also. So share the wealth, share the knowledge, share the noise. And for all those people that say, well, I don't have a YouTube. If you have a Gmail account, you have a YouTube. Subscribe to our YouTube channel where you can actually watch our video podcast and YouTube exclusive content. But the real party is on our Patreon page, After Hours Uncensored and Talking Straight-ish. After Hours Uncensored is another show with my sister. And once again, the key word there is uncensored. Those are exclusively on our Patreon page. Jump onto our website at unsolicitedperspective.com for all things us. That's where you can get all of our audio, video, our blogs, and even buy our merch. And if you really feel generous and want to help us out, you can donate on our donations page. Donations go strictly to improving our software and hardware so we can keep giving you guys good content that you can clearly listen to and that you can clearly see. So any donation would be appreciative. Most importantly, I want to say thank you, thank you, thank you for listening and watching and supporting us. And I'll catch you next time. Audi 5000. Peace.